Приветствую вас, дорогие друзья! Вы находитесь на канале Let's Play 365. И мы продолжаем прохождение наискучнейшей игры под названием то ли совет, то ли собрание. Итак, нам нужно найти, наконечник копья определить. Мы поговорили с Пьяджи. Можно было бы пинок Спарты ему сделать. Так, да, и мы потеряли руку. У нас еще есть 3 попытки, 1 рука и 2 ноги. Нужно либо найти копье, либо какие-то тут еще типа подсказки. Но я не знаю, где подсказки, в принципе, искать. Но попробую сейчас подняться к Мартимеру, может быть, посмотреть, что там. Я думаю, то ли какие-то новые детали надо заметить, то ли что, или... В общем, мы знаем, что наконечник имеет клиновидную форму, и он должен быть типа как окроплен в красное. Так, но это не факт. Так, сейчас посмотрим. Слуга. Странно. Что бы он тут делал? Оказывается, вот кто убирает все эти хоромы царские. Ну-ка заглянем что-то вверх, посмотрим, что здесь. Ну, в кабинет, я думаю, заходить смысла нет. Что там делать? Я уже 1000 раз там был. Что-то какие-то значки тут есть.
Dante's Purgatory. Why does your mind presume to flight when you're still like the imperfect grub,
Данте.
the worm before it's attained its final form?
О,
Charming.
чувак с копьем. А, вот. Лангивс. Что-то же Лангина. Разговор-то был.
Saint Longinus. Let's take a closer look at his lance.
Копье.
It was shaped like a leaf, like the real lance, maybe. How can I be sure?
Что?
Hey, looks like there's a symbol engraved on the tip. Yes, a fish. The Christian fish, no doubt. It can't be a coincidence. It must have been done on purpose. Huh. Good thing I took a closer look.
Рыба.
No, this is too easy. Mortimer's trying to throw me off the track again. It seems too visible to be true. Impossible not to see the statue on first glance, given its size. And Mortimer has no interest in making the shape of the true lance so easy to see.
Насколько я понял, он же тоже ищет копье. И он сам не знает, как оно выглядит. Ну то, что рыба.
I think this statue does represent Longinus, armed with a lance that wounded Jesus, the Holy Lance. How can I find out if this is an exact representation? There's no way of being certain of it.
Тем более он здесь листовидной формы. Рыба. Ну тут, наверное, тоже какое-то копье.
Longinus is holding the Holy Lance in his left hand, and I'll bet he's holding the sponge soaked in holy blood in the other hand. Yes! Here we can see that the Holy Lance is represented in the shape of a spear.
Клинообразный.
I better make sure I check this twice. It's a work that dates from the Renaissance. There's nothing to say that it's not based on erroneous elements. This work is an order from Lord Mortimer. All the details have been conceived with a specific goal in mind. Upon closer examination, you can see that even the style clashes with that of most of the other works in the manor. No. If Mortimer has taken special care as the conception and the exhibition of this painting in his study, in the same way as for the nightmare painting, it must be of some significance. And that is indeed the true shape of the Holy Lance, a spear shape.
Клиновидный. Тоже копье, что ли, какое-то? Так, значит, клиновидный, рыба. Я думаю, идти, что ли, на шару. В принципе, я знаю, что там рыба, что он клиновидный. И какого-то красного цвета наконечник. А красный металл у нас какой? Красный металл, самый дешманский, наверное, это медь. Грубо говоря, из чего его делали? Медь, железо, но золото. Но золото не красный, золотой металл. Так. Господи, что я не в ту сторону побежал. Ладно, давайте на шару. Сейчас, значит, мы что сделаем? Пойдем, найдем копье. Там найти больше подсказок или выберите копье. Ну, давайте выберем. Выберем копье. Я думаю... должно все получиться. Так. Да. Клиновидный, рыба и какой-то красный должен быть оттенок, но это или красная кровь будет, да, или, скорее всего, какой-то наконечник красный. Но явно я там золотой видел, но золотой был какой-то листовидной формы. Поэтому я думаю, что все-таки из красного какого-то металла, наверное, ну это, наверное, что может быть? Мне только медь приходит в голову, как красный металл, поэтому сейчас посмотрим. Я даже не знаю, где эти подсказки. Это все кабинеты нужно опять шмонать. Ну, блин. Это такое себе занятие. Это надо со всеми переговорить, наверное, да, опять. Ну, такое себе занятие. Загрузки радуют очень быстрые загрузки. Это очень приятно. Так, сейчас здесь как-то я уже, наверное, маршрут выучил. Так. Как-то вот так. С первого раза надо же. Так. Эй, что-то я заблудился. Выберем копье, да? Здесь у нас что? Я думаю, это где-то возле саркофага, может быть. Но это слишком... Где тут эти копья валяются? Я уже заблудился. В темноту куда-то убежал. Так. Где эти все наконечники-то? Что-то ни одного не могу найти. Но это не он. Нет. Я отсюда даже вижу, что это не та форма. Надо двигаться по той стороне, где много копий лежит. Это мы здесь ходили, да. Там прямо вдалеке, я помню, золотой. И тоже был такой пухлый наконечник. Это явно не он, тоже так. Где здесь-то был? Нет, не здесь. Черт. Я тут целую кучу их находил, сейчас ни одного не вижу. Но это не он. Сразу я вижу, это должна быть клиновидная форма. Так, где этот? Этот надо осмотреть.
This lance has got a blade in the shape of a spear.
В форме
Its blade is
клина.
in iron or steel, I think. I can make out a rising sun engraved on the tip.
Нет. Это не то. Мне нужна рыба. Рыба. И вот он говорит материал. Сталь, железо и не красного цвета, это явно. Поэтому это не то. Тоже клин, да?
Well, we can see that this lance has a particular spear shape. It is coated in gold. You can distinguish the symbol of the fish engraved on the tip, barely noticeable.
Символ рыбы.
Well, we can see that this lance has a particular spear shape. It is coated in gold. You can distinguish the symbol of the fish engraved on the tip, barely noticeable.
Так, пока запомним, что есть золотой, я думаю, другой металл должен быть красный. Золото желтого цвета, поэтому это не то должно быть. Блин, да я потом забуду, как сюда бежать. Нет, это не он. Вот здесь они лежат. Так. Это точно не оно. Вот этот посмотреть. Осмотреть.
I can see that this lance has the shape of a boar spear. The blade is partially coated in copper, and I can just make out the symbol of the
Кора
Ra
медью, вот
engraved on the
красный
tip.
металл. Это не то, но то, что металл красный. Так, вот этот посмотрим. Кстати, вот оно не зря так лежит, да?
I can see this lance has a spear shape. It is copper rimmed, and it has been engraved with the symbol of the Christian
Вот он.
fish on the tip.
Я думаю, это оно. Медь,
I can see this lance has
клин и рыба.
spear shape.
Клин,
It's copper rimmed, and
медь.
it has been engraved with the symbol of the Christian fish on the tip. I must be sure of my choice. I cannot get it wrong. Am I absolutely sure this is the one to take?
Да я не собираюсь тут пропадать. Уж не помрем, надеюсь. С матерью на причале. Все, в принципе, выбор сделан. И, как говорится, была не была. Просто если встречусь, допустим, с Мартимером, воткну в него копье, он скажет: ха-ха, это не то копье. Ну, хотя оно было медь, и всегда только центр из меди, да? Ну, все нормально. Красный металл, как символ крови, рыба и клин. И еще он так огорожен специально, чтобы я как будто бы знал. Или с другой стороны, чтобы меня запутать. Да и черт с ним. Если мне руку отрезало, я не умер в этой игре, в меня стреляли. Так что мне уже совершенно ничего не страшно. Как попасть на причал, теперь вопрос. Через главные ворота. Ага. Даже уровня не дали.
I'm already pressed for time as it is. Mother's waiting for me on the wharf.
Так, на причале меня ждет. Ни черта я тут даже не нашел. Эрудицию давайте вкачаем. С матерью на причале. Так. Давайте еще раз пробежим этот чудный лабиринт. Я уже как у себя дома здесь.
Sticking your nose everywhere again.
Wow, what's the matter with him? Excuse me, monsieur. I don't follow you.
I haven't come all this way just to fail, so close to the goal.
Why? What are you talking about?
I am talking about what you are doing. This conference is going to boost my career. There is no question of me letting you ruin everything. I just surprised Piaget and Volner talking. You are about to rob Mortimer. Give me what you took from him, immediately.
Let's keep calm, please. I don't know what you're talking about. I'll have to cut this short, quick. Look, I don't know what you're going on about, and I don't have time for this right now.
Don't bank on getting rid of me so easily, de Richet. Where have you been?
Где вы были? Я искал материнку, делал, я заблудился. Манипулирование. Так, у него что за слабость? Так, это у нас Наполеон. Убеждение политика, у него устойчивость. Я заблудился. Черт. Что спросить-то?
How dare you speak to me in that tone?
Don't play that. If I find out you are preventing this conference from going ahead smoothly, I will do everything in my power to arrest you.
Are you threatening me?
You leave me no choice. Come with me. Mais qu'est-ce... What is this?
Давай. Надо было подыграть. Леща. Блин, я-то думал, сейчас будет битва какая-то, какую-то пощечину дал. То есть сейчас они будут меня ловить, и типа я должен, скажем, противостоять. Так, мне надо направо выйти. Сейчас в каждой комнате Пьяджи нужно, короче, смахнуться с Вёллерном, с Вашингтоном. Ну, хоть здесь никого нет. То бы я бы просто прикололся, сейчас бы с лестницы спрыгнул Пьяджи. Так. То есть леща я дал, да, Наполеону? Хорошо. Своей правой рукой. А если бы левой прямо ему? Костью. Так. Пьяджи здесь нет. Стоп. Где-то же мед здесь был. Так, нормально. Подобрал, короче, себе банок. Так, и мне, скорее всего, надо выйти в главные ворота. Больше я не знаю, как отсюда выходить.
Louis, perfect timing.
As luck would have it.
Come, my boy, I would like to have a word with you.
Черт. Ну как я должен угадывать, что делать?
It's time we had a little chat. I wanted you. Oh no, your hand. Damn it, no. So that's it. She's prepared to use you.
What do you mean?
It wasn't enough for her to lose her hand. She had to make you lose yours too. I cannot permit this to continue. Louis, it's time you found out the truth. I've been observing you since you arrived. I see you running all over the grounds in search of Sarah. I would like to prevent her from leading you even further down the wrong road. You see, Sarah and I have known each other for a very long time, Louis. I am aware of her theory. About me, about Gregory, about the demons. She's right. Look at me. I have inhabited this body since 1191. For the last 602 years, I have been this dear William Mortimer.
Lucifer, the fallen archangel, left heaven accompanied by 133,306,668 angels. Is it true that there are that many of you?
No, I assure you, Louis. Forget your Bible class. It's ridiculous. We are not angels. We don't have wings. There is certainly nowhere near 1,000,000 of us. And for that matter, no sacred human text represents us correctly. There are several families, and the family to which I belong has 8 siblings, including Gregory and myself.
Sir Gregory is your brother?
Yes, what can I say? You can't choose your family. But it is very difficult to know exactly how many of us there are, because a large number of our kind remain hidden, or never reveal themselves even to us.
And you truly have the power to manipulate the thoughts of men.
That's right. Every demon has the capacity to infiltrate the minds of men and to read and steer their thoughts.
Can you tell me more about your capacities, your supernatural powers?
Supernatural? From my point of view, they are perfectly natural. Well, Louis, just because the monkey does not fly doesn't mean that we should consider the bird a supernatural creature. We are all part of a grand design. We are simply made like this. By developing our art, we are able to read thoughts as well as write in the minds of men. It is possible for us to make them bow to our desire, but it doesn't work without leaving some scars.
Continue.
Louis, it's time you opened your eyes. Come, you'll soon see.
After you. If you could manipulate us mentally, what's the point of all the theatrics of the conference?
You must suspect that we asked ourselves that very same question. For many centuries, we didn't organize any conferences, and most of the time, it ended in civil war between demons. Many of us were killed during this period. The idea of organizing conferences was the answer to everything. The interest being to erect some rules among ourselves. Our family first divided up all the principal countries of the world. Now, whenever one of us wanted to propose a major change between these countries, they summon the demon in question and initiate a conference. The demon that initiates the proposition doesn't have to give notification of the subject of the conference beforehand. Consequently, we participate along with our best assets. Once the humans are brought together, the conference begins, but we are forbidden to use our talents to influence the participants. The first meeting is held in order to expose the subject to all the participants, followed by several days of reflection, during which we are allowed to be persuasive, but not to impose our will. A second meeting closes the conference with a final vote.
So, for you it's a game, isn't it?
I understand your remark, but after living several centuries, you stand back and enjoy what reflection and pleasure you can. I hope I've answered all your questions, Louis. Come, I've something to show you.
There there is one question that remains to be answered. Why me? Why tell me all of this?
Oh, haven't you guessed yet?
Нифига я не догадываюсь. Вернуть копье. Так, а что там у него с... Так, это у нас кто? Мартимер. Устойчивость убеждения. Ни одной слабости я не знаю. Тут убеждений здесь нет. А, вот убеждение. Давай воспользуемся логикой. Чё ж, я ж детектив, блин.
I've got an idea, but it might seem stupid.
Trust me.
Am I one? I mean, am I a demon?
Would you like that?
А, жесть, я не знаю. Ну да, я бы хотел пожить подольше. Чё бы нет.
I must admit that the idea is appealing.
Look, we are of the gods, Louis. Always have been. You, as much as me, you are one of us, Louis. You too are a demon.
Are you serious?
You know it. Deep down inside, you know I am telling you the truth. Where do you think that natural, charismatic presence comes from? Your talent must already have manifested itself somehow. Have you ever had any visions?
No. Stop it. It's absurd.
Have you never found yourself suddenly inside someone else's body without knowing why?
No.
Whilst asleep, maybe? That's how it often happens the first time. Your spirit wanders unconsciously.
My mother can't have lied to me about that.
It's true. Your real mother would never have lied to you.
What do you mean?
Louis, I would rather you found this out from her own
Типа, она
lips.
умерла давно, а это
It's
типа не
important
мать.
that you know. Sarah
Какой-то
is
демон.
not your mother.
What?
I'm sorry you had to find out this way, Louis. But you must know the truth before you commit an irreparable act.
No, no.
Я, исчезать
No, it's not
научился.
possible.
You are my son.
О, отец. Что? Брехня он сказал?
Well. So now you're his bastard. You really took me for a fool. Don't make a move, you clowns.
Everybody keep calm.
Don't say a word or I'll shoot your kid. Not so clever now, are we? At last I found a way to put the pressure on you, Mortimer.
Look, just calm down, monsieur.
You stopped me from ending it all. Because of you, I've had to pay for it. You don't know what it's like. He's in your head. He's in your soul. I never want to feel that again.
Jacques, I did not betray you.
You're just like him.
Так, что? Так, уперю. Слабость, этикет. Уклонение, устойчивость. Так, этикет есть? Так, то есть уклонение у него устойчивость, да? То есть я не уклонюсь, а этикета нет.
How dare you threaten me then?
So that's it, is it? You've gone over to his side, have you? It didn't take you too long, did it? So, what are you gonna do now? You've just found out your true nature. What difference does it make?
Манипулирование, допрос. Да черт
Wait,
возьми.
Jack! If it weren't for me, you'd be dead by now. You've seen who I am, and this so-called revelation makes no difference. I'm not a slave to my birth, and I refuse to pretend to be a victim. I am Louis de Richet.
Do you really believe you've got enough strength to resist him?
I am who I am. Only our actions truly define us. And you can threaten me all you want. It won't make any difference.
Don't change, Louis. You're strong. I wasn't able to make it. You're just like him. You are already. You can't see it, or you don't want to see it, but it's already too late. In fact, I haven't got any choice.
You always have a choice. You know very well what will happen to you if you shoot me.
Да. Давай попробуем. У него же дочь есть вроде как бы.
You're going to be held accountable, and you will lose everything, starting with your freedom, and then your head.
I told you, I don't care.
Not about yourself, maybe, but what about your daughter? It wouldn't be the same for her, would it?
Shut up! Shut up!
She will be alone, in a world that you know is hostile. What will become of her?
That's true, but...
Don't abandon her. Not a second time. It's your last chance, my friend. It's over. Come now.
You know what I told you. Evil and good depend on you, and not on your nature.
Yes, it's true, and the same holds true for all of us.
Monsieur Peru, I am willing to overlook this latest scene. You can thank my son for that. I think, however, that you ought to take your leave for your good and ours, as well as that of your daughter.
Так, значит, я сын, а она моя ненастоящая мать. Она, поди, меня специально там прикормила, чтобы и прятала от этого Мортимера, чтобы, ну, вероятно.
Not too shaken up. You've experienced many significant events since your arrival.
No, not really.
I'm impressed by your ability to remain composed, not to let yourself become overwhelmed by your emotions. For now, I think you ought to find Sarah, my son. You ought to talk things over with her.
So she's been lying to me all along?
Let her justify herself. What's done is done. Sarah must explain herself. You must clear the air. We'll have all the time we need to talk afterwards. But all in good time. Before you join her, I'd like to give you something. As a demon, I would like to introduce you to your first talent.
Сейчас руку мне вернет.
Open your mind, my son. Relax. You hold immense power. It's already there inside you. Empty your mind of all thoughts. Just let me show you the way.
I should relax.
Open your mind. Hear my voice. Feel the vibrations and listen to what has been happening to you deep inside, but which you have been concealing. Trust yourself. It's all already in there.
I can hear something.
Now breathe.
It's a sound, very faint.
That's right. Concentrate on it. My voice is growing fainter, but I am here.
Whispers, words, mixed voices.
Focus on one of them. Don't be afraid.
I sense a stream. Some words are clear, but not all of them.
Let them enter into your mind.
I hear them. Now I can hear a clear voice.
Well done, Louis. Congratulations.
What was it?
You are now able to read people's minds.
What?
You heard me. From now on, whenever a human speaks to you, you will be able to read their current thoughts. So, if you need to know something in particular from someone, all you have to do is make them think about it.
Hang on. You mean to say that if someone lies to me that I will know?
Exactly.
But that's just incredible.
You still need to practice, though. There are also a few rules you need to know that govern this talent when used between ourselves. You can read the thoughts of demons as well as of humans. But be careful. A demon more experienced than yourselves will know that you are spying and will often react quite violently. It's considered bad form to play around the psyche of another demon. It's a question of courtesy. But let's be clear. What is most considered bad form is getting caught. So I would advise against trying to read the thoughts of Gregory, for example.
Home?
Yes, the old grump is touchy and rather a stickler about the conventions. On that note, go and see Sarah, Louis. Otherwise, she might leave without you. We'll continue this discussion later if you want. Just Join me in my study when you've finished.
Так, теперь вы можете читать мысли своих собеседников. Так, слабостью.
You're right. I need to go now.
Отец.
See you later, Father.
One more thing. If you want to know the truth about your birth, ask her about Paris, 1763, at 12 Rue du Martyr. That's where she disemboweled your mother to steal you from me.
О, ничего себе, я прокачался, как круто.
It's not that I regret all these discussions, but I must hurry to the wharf.
Вот здесь, кстати, я еще не был. Так, получили мед. Темно, конечно. Что-то же... Так, что здесь? Как Каспер. Так, значит, я, короче, тоже демон. Оказалось. Так. Не могу читать мысли. То есть, короче, это еще не конец игры, я так понимаю.
You manipulated us all. You're going to pay.
What is at stake here far outweighs our personal interests.
Our personal interests? You betrayed me.
Emily, no!
What an idiot. He still doesn't get it.
Ах ты, сука! Я тупица, значит?
But wait, how has Sarah betrayed you?
I don't believe it. You still don't get it.
I'm not Emily, stupid.
You went as far as killing your own sister?
You're the one who pointed her out. You only have yourself to blame.
And even after going to bed with her, you were incapable of telling us apart.
Oh, dear God!
Surprise, Sarah.
You can't just get rid of me like that, you old hag.
Do you realize what you did?
Манипулирование уровень 1. Психология. Так, подожди. Это Эмма получается, да, у нас? Что мы знаем про Эмму? Я еще ни черта не знаю про Эмму. Как я их отличу быть? Что тварь?
Emma, you tricked your sister. She looked for you everywhere.
You're lying. She wasted her time hovering around you.
No, you're wrong, Emma. She was ready to kill me if it would have brought you back.
She was supposed to lay into you. She was supposed to get even for me.
Emily was right. She wouldn't have made me pay for someone else's mistakes.
Duchess, I am sorry about what happened.
You had a choice.
You use people according to your desires without any scruples.
Excuse me, but we are in the same line of business.
Shut it!
And Emily knew it very well.
No, Emma, look at me.
She would never endanger herself for the sake of the Order. Her sense of duty gave way to her personal interest.
In the end, Sir Gregory was the only one who was truly honest with me. He has opened my eyes more in 2 days than my sister did in a whole lifetime.
Sir Gregory? You've got to be joking, right? You're not really going to trust him, are you?
trust Gregory. He's always honest with me.
Он использует. Значит, наверное, сюда.
Emma, take a moment to consider this, I beg you. I don't think you're fully aware of the situation. With all you've suffered under Emily's thumb, you really ought to flee Sir Gregory.
Gregory has always shown me that he cares about me.
He's using you. He feeds off your hatred of Mortimer, and me, and your sister. You mustn't let him do that.
No one will ever use me again. No, I refuse. It isn't fair.
There's been enough deaths.
No, it isn't fair. I haven't done all this for nothing. Home promised me I could be the only Duchess
Так, она
Hillsborough from now
сомневается в
on.
нем, да?
Lower your weapon, Emma.
No, I've gone too far to stop here. You are trying to manipulate me again, I can tell.
No, why do you say that?
That poor Emma is stupid. She would swallow any story you wanted, wouldn't she? No one will ever manipulate me again.
Что такое сложный этикет?
Unless you decide to kill everyone on this island, you'll have to explain your actions once you get back. All this effort to become the only Duchess Hillsborough ruined in an instant.
She betrayed me.
You will be tracked down, hunted like a criminal. In the end, there will have only been one Duchess Hillsborough.
I am Duchess Hillsborough. You will not die by my hand today, Sarah. She deserves to die. In fact, I think that honor goes to you.
Кого убить? Ее или Сару? Че, убить ее? Зачем?
Where is the Al-Azif?
Sir Gregory planned to get it off the island by boat. I wouldn't be surprised if he sends it with the next shipment for the continent. But I don't know when that is.
С Перу, наверное.
I really thought my next breath would be my last.
Well, anything's possible.
This is no time to be joking. Just help me climb aboard this boat, and let's get off of this cursed island.
No, I'm not going anywhere, and neither are you, until you've told me everything.
For crying out loud, what are you talking about?
Paris, 1763, number 12 on Rue des Martyrs.
No. I beg you, please trust me. He's manipulating you. We must leave.
Paris.
Что-то
Can't you
неубедительно.
see he wants you? And he'll do anything to turn you against me.
Number 12 on Rue des Martyrs.
He had to pay for what he did to me. I panicked. There she was with the baby due. I thought it was the right time to touch it,
To
but when
touch it? By disemboweling her and stealing me from her?
the girl was already condemned to die. He never leaves any witnesses behind. She meant nothing to him. And I absolutely had to find a way of stopping him.
You snatched a newborn baby from its mother's womb with the sole goal of seeking revenge.
From the second I took you in, I couldn't bear to be apart from you. I looked after you, fed you, raised you, like a mother. I am your mother.
I know. You always took care of me.
I devoted my whole life to teaching you to distinguish between right and wrong, so you would have the choice. You are not like him.
But you never told me.
I wanted to. I very nearly told you everything, at least a dozen times.
You didn't, though, did you? Why?
I don't know, Louis.
You never would have dared to tell me everything.
Yes, I would have told you everything, I swear, but it wasn't easy. I wanted to choose the right time. Louis, yes, I made mistakes in the past, but now I'm ready to...
Do you consider me a mistake?
No, not you. You are what I am most proud of in my whole life. You are good. You fight to do right. You are not like him.
Still, he is my father. Why did you steal me?
You don't want to know, believe me.
For once in your life, be honest. Why all this mess? Why do you have it in for him so much? Why?
Because I'm his daughter. I know what he's doing. I see he has his eye on you. He's hovering around you, tempting you. He did it to me before you. And if you don't live up to his expectations, he will cast you away.
Is that what happened to you?
I wasn't good enough for him. So he rejected me.
What do you mean?
He tried to initiate me, but it would seem I am unable to develop his talent. I can't withdraw my mind from my body.
I get it. The reason why you abducted me is because he didn't love you, isn't it?
He doesn't love anyone, Louis. Don't be taken in.
You are my mother. Whatever you've done, I can't take that away from you. It doesn't excuse everything, but in time we will find a way of putting it all behind us.
Oh, thank you, Louis. Thank you. I will never lie to you again. Come on, let's go.
No, Mother. I'm not going back with you. I can't.
What do you mean? Louis, you can't stay here.
Don't worry about me. I have to stay. I still have a lot to learn. But you go.
Louis!
I'll see you in Paris. Don't worry. Here. This is yours.
Как она будет одной рукой грести?
Don't forget, Louis. You've got the lance. You can beat him. If you hit him with it, he won't be able to escape from his mortal envelope, and he will die with it.
О, отпор Наполеону все-таки я дал. Ничего себе, сколько много я сделал. С Мануэлем Годоем. Ах, чуть-чуть не хватило. А? Что-то можно вкачать. Допрос. На. У меня уже все понавкачано, кроме науки. Она нигде, в принципе, не пригодилась. Как и ловкость. Вот там, хотя есть моменты, где-то что-то прыгнуть надо. Один, два, три, четыре. Максимальный уровень. Это третий, наверное. То есть второй проходишь, и это максимальный. А, черт его знает. Я не знаю, что такое манипулирование. Давайте тоже вкачаем. Оккультизм. Эрудиция, этикет, политика, руку бы себе еще отрастить новую.
Emily. What a waste. I feel like I know nothing. That I have to learn everything all over again. I'm a demon. I age more slowly. I can mentally manipulate people. I don't even know if it's a good thing or a curse.
No, this is an advantage. I could get used to this pretty quickly, I think.
Damn it, what a mess. Come on, man up, Louis. I'm still the same old me. Demon or not, I'm still in charge of my actions.
And this father, I know nothing about. Yes, I've still got a lot to learn. It's enough to drive you crazy. Everything I believed in, nothing holds true anymore. Pull yourself together, man. I need to find some answers. There's no way of being alone for a minute.
Так,
I have no space left. I'll retrieve it later.
что, меда нету? Возьмем.
All right. I've retrieved everything. Sir Gregory?
Good day, Louis. I think it would be good to talk. How are you feeling?
I don't know.
I understand. I heard that William spoke to you at last about our nature and our family. It's a good thing, but you must be a bit shaken up.
That's the least you can say.
I bid you welcome among us, Louis. Knowing William, he probably didn't go into any detail about our family, so if you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask.
Это нельзя.
How long has our family been in existence?
We have been here since the very beginning.
What do you mean, exactly?
Are you trying to get information from me?
No, not at all. I was just wondering why that particular question seemed to disturb you.
Let us not insist then. You yourself weren't very convinced by the question, it seems.
А что тогда говоришь, спрашивать хочешь?
How many of us are there in the family?
We are 8 brothers and sisters.
What do you mean by brothers and sisters if we can change bodies?
You reason with logic. We have retained the human habit. When we first come into this world, we retain a certain attachment to our first envelope. If we are born as a man, we are brothers. If we are born as a woman, we are sisters. But I must admit, it has absolutely no real importance. They're just bodies.
Well, tell me then, are there any other families like ours?
There are officially 7, but we're the oldest and therefore the most powerful.
Is there a head of the family?
You'll see. You'll meet them all, of course, when you are ready. They created us and set out the rules, especially our father. As for our mother, she retired from the political stage. We don't see her much anymore. I think that all these questions simply bore her.
What's Lord Mortimer's problem?
I think he allows himself to be devoured by a need for recognition.
Has he always been like that?
More or less, but thinking about it, I believe that the birth of our latest sibling greatly accentuated his discomfort.
Do you think he's jealous?
I didn't realize you were so good at behavioral analysis. Indeed, William certainly is prone to jealousy. Finding one's place, notably in the eyes of our father, is not easy, and we each do what we can to succeed. But I can't justify this perpetual rebellion against our rules.
I see. There is still much to learn.
Yes, it's true. You've got some catching up to do, my boy. One thing you must understand, regarding any disagreements that might arise between William and myself, is his position with regard to mankind.
What do you mean?
Well, for centuries we've been trying to help, and therefore preserve humanity. Monarchies are simple and practical. They enable us to inspire humanity efficiently, and I can't understand why William wants to replace them with democracy.
Well, If our goal is to direct the future of humanity, it'd work out easier through a monarchic system rather than a democracy.
I see you're a quick learner. From now on, you know the fence that separates William from the rest of the family. If only he would stop steering the destinies of certain countries like France or the United States of America in such a dangerous direction. It has taken centuries for our family to establish relative peace between demons. Thanks to this policy, we have been able to decide everything by confining the other families to subordinate roles. And now William is obsessed with disrupting everything.
Peace between demons? What do you mean?
I'm not talking about conflicts within our family. If that was all there was, everything would be fine. But several other families, younger but nonetheless powerful, are trying to upset the balance. At present, we dominate most of the major countries around the globe. But some families are pushing, via less influential countries, to gain ground. Do you understand?
As best I can, yes.
When the time comes, you must take up a position on the political chessboard. I only hope your father doesn't take you down with him.
Are you offering me an alliance?
Louis, I do not believe that just because your father is mistaken, all is lost for you. You owe William nothing, so there's nothing obliging you to support him. I want you to make an informed choice. Now go and see your father, see what he has to say, and then think it over very carefully.
That's exactly what I intended to do. Thank you, Uncle.
Don't mention it. If I've been able to help you in any way, go now.
Так, значит, эти за монархов топят. Ну, демократия, судя по тому, что ее до сих пор нет, это очень сложный процесс. Но ее в принципе не может быть в таком виде, в каком представляет, возможно, Мортимер. Потому что как демократия может... Демократия — это власть всех, да, грубо говоря. Как может много людей, да, в принципе, договариваться? Ну, нет, в принципе, демократия — это хорошо, если она работает. Но у нас с этим проблемы явно. Все, Вашингтон. Да нафиг тебя в пень. Болтать, время тратить. К Фазеру сходим лучше.
Louis, I was sure you would stay.
У меня не было
I'm
выбора.
proud of you. You've made the right choice. It took great maturity to forgive your sister as you did.
She brought me up. I realized I owed her a lot.
We all make mistakes, as Sarah well knows.
Why didn't you tell me the truth about her?
I thought that might be too many truths to absorb at one time. I intended to tell you afterwards. You were in a hurry, so I made a decision. You've been able to understand and choose for yourself. How do you feel?
Hard to say. At peace, really. Oddly enough, I understand things that have happened to me better now.
What could be more normal? It may have been a bit brutal, but you've just grown up in a very short space of time. From now on, you can influence your own future. I will guide you. We've all the time we need.
You're not the first to make me that offer.
What do you mean by that?
Your brother, Sir Gregory.
Gregory. Why am I not even surprised? What did he say?
Так, а что у него за устойчивость-то? Мортимера. Убеждение. Сказал о чем? Ну, отце рассказывал.
I've been given to understand that you have a difficult relationship with your father. Isn't that right?
Let's just say we don't see things the same way. I ended up finding out that there's a world outside the rules he has imposed on us.
It seems you find yourself in the same position that you've placed men. You were told what to do, what to think, and you found it unbearable. Imagine if humanity finds out you secretly direct them. How do you think they'd react?
Your analogy is not without substance. But that's where it ends. Man's main flaw is his willingness to forget and to make the same errors time and again. He can't help it. He is mortal. I don't impose anything on anyone. I'm just following my own path.
But where does it lead?
I suppose I should explain. For centuries now, demons have emerged in and around great leaders all over the world. But like true tyrants, they have governed with an iron fist in a studded glove.
That's the impression I get.
But you see, people's discontent is increasing, and they are too high up to hear it. They take themselves for gods. Sooner or later, the people will turn against us, just as they have in the past. Each time it's happened, many of us have died. We must master the humans, yes, but gently. And the best way of doing that is by allowing them a free choice, Louis.
You really are trying to liberate men.
Of course not entirely, no. It is easier to keep control over people who slumber than people who are oppressed. A man with nothing to lose is a dangerous man. Whereas if you give him a roof, food, and entertainment, he will do whatever you want. The best way of getting them to achieve something is to make them think it was their idea. For that, they have to feel as if they are free.
Hang on. What do you mean?
Look at the United States. From the start, I introduced an idea that will change everything. The idea that everything is possible. Everyone can become someone. Is there anything more beautiful?
You mean it's not true?
Man can move mountains when he believes it is in his own interest. And what nobler cause is there than his own freedom?
Do you have any more examples?
Of course.
And what would you propose for women?
They must be given the right to work and to vote. Look, at the moment, they don't work. They take care of raising children. What a mistake. We have to get them out of the house. Make them work. In this way, not only will they become consumers, but they will also delegate the job of education to the system. We could guide humanity from a young age, Louis, don't you see? Today we are wasting too much time. But the most important of all has already been laid. The foundation stone. Freedom of speech. The First Amendment of the Constitution. There must be opponents to every project. So, above all, don't develop a one-track approach, otherwise man won't have enough room for expression to feel free. If man sees his chains, he will only want to break them. If we give men the feeling that they are free, I am convinced that they will exceed their limits, and it is only from that condition that humanity shall rise up.
But do you want to dominate or raise humanity higher?
I want it to advance. I want it to progress. Man is our vessel. If he progresses, then so do we. Wouldn't you like to know what we really are?
Who do you mean? Demons?
Yes, us. Our species. I've been searching for centuries, trying to find a way to explain the reason of our existence. But humanity has not yet evolved enough to make any progress on the subject. I am convinced that the sciences will bring that knowledge someday.
So, that's your objective, is it? To understand who we are. I see your point.
Our family clings to its privileges and to the past, and that's how they are putting us in danger. The time has come for change. Now that you know your true nature, there are still a few things I need to teach you.
What do you mean exactly?
A new skill, and not the least, Louis. It's about taking control of a person.
Okay, let's not waste any more time.
I deduce that you're impatient to master what's in store for you. That is good. I thought I'd mix business with pleasure for this first time.
What do you mean by that?
The conference will come to a close shortly, as you know. Not that I'm fed up with archaic diplomacy, but it's time to ensure the success of this project. To make this happen, I would like Piaget to inform the Pope he has changed sides. Here is my plan. I would like you to join His Eminence in his room.
Just play along. We'll see when the time comes. Very well. And then?
You're going to have to trust me. What we're going to do is painless for the human you are going to invade.
Invade?
Yes. You're going to enter his mind and take control. You're going to influence his actions and his psyche. Make him speak, then concentrate. You must focus on him in order to feel his thoughts. Then, while speaking, you must link with him. Once you're done, you will naturally find your way to the source and enter into his thoughts.
But what if I fail?
Trust in your instincts. You just have to let yourself go. You have the skill. Let your nature come to the fore. You'll see. If you fail, you'll be in for some light banter with His Eminence. That's all. There's nothing to be afraid of.
Very well.
Perfect. Go now. The Cardinal is in his room. You will have to write a letter to the Pope as if Piaget had written it himself. In this letter, tell the Pope that whatever happens during the conference, he must follow my propositions. But be careful. In order to protect himself from counterfeiters, the Pope had Piaget's hand tattooed with a symbol to be sure of his identity. You'll see when you're inside him. You'll understand. Once it's written up, just bring it back to me, and I'll send it off immediately.
All right, I'll take care of it.
Нифига он мне наговорил. Че, он исчез, что ли? Слился с креслом. Так, идем к Пьяджи. Ты что ты? Ничего себе. Так, ладно, Вашингтон мне сейчас не нужен. Где Пьяджи? Так, налево повернуть надо. Черт, надо сейчас оббежать весь дворец. Когда он меня научит руку отращивать? Самое главное меня сейчас интересует. Так, где это Пьяджи? Так. Архитектор, смотрю, вообще не заморачивался. Змейкой начертил тут. А и так сойдет, блин. Ты Пьяджи. В атаку. Опа, ну-ка, приготовились.
Ah, well, Louis, what brings you back to my chambers?
May I sit down?
Of course, Louis. Don't you feel good?
Yes, but if I'm gonna pass inside you, I'd better sit myself down first. It's nothing, don't worry about it.
Well, what can I do for you?
Right. Now I need to concentrate. I wanted to speak to you, Your Eminence.
Так, какое копье судьбы? Пьяджи. Чё тут вообще у Пьяджи? Вот ты мутный тип, а? Шаолинский монах. Ничего про него не известно. Все по нулям.
Do you believe in demons?
What are you talking about, Louis?
Where is he going with this?
I can feel something. Demons, Your Eminence.
I am a cardinal. Of course I believe in demons.
What on earth is the matter with him? Is he losing his mind?
All right, hang in there, Louis. Don't lose him. Rest assured, Your Eminence, I'm fine.
But it's impossible.
Rest assured, Your Eminence, I am fine.
Чё?
I've done it. I've done it, damn it. He was right. This is just crazy. I can't believe it. Look at yourself, Louis. Better not get caught. Whoa. I still need to get used to this body. So, let's see about what Mortimer asked me.
Right. Well, it's time I got started. Let's see what I can find here to help me write that letter. I have no means to validate my forgery, so I better take my time with it and not make any mistakes. There are 2 letters from the Pope on the desk. I should be able to get a clue or 2 by checking how well they correspond to each other. And here are 3 stamps. All are different.
Жесть. Первое письмо. Дорогой Джузеппе, здоровье не позволяет мне принять приглашение сэра Грегори посетить собрание лорда Мортимера. Буду благодарен, если вы меня замените. Прошу засвидетельствовать мое почтение им обоим и передайте сэру Грегори, что мы исправно следуем его советам насчет нашего знакомого кардинала и епископа Кьярамонти. Полагаюсь на вас, да хранит вас Господь, Джованни Анджелико Браски. Прошу вас ставить печать с моим девизом вместо своей личной печати, когда пишете ко мне. Так, ставить печать с моим личным девизом. А какой девиз-то? Г. Прошу вас ставить печать с моим девизом вместо личной печати, когда пишете ко мне. А какой у тебя девиз-то? Да хранит вас Господь, что ли? Это девиз. Ну, давай второе. Дорогой Джузеппе, еще раз благодарю за то, что согласились представлять Ватикан лорда Мортимера. Надеюсь, ваше путешествие прошло хорошо, несмотря на то, что пришлось пересекать охваченную волнениями Францию. На вас возложена большая ответственность, мой друг. Да хранит вас Господь. Да хранит вас Господь, что ли? Девиз его? Ешь, здесь какие-то другие буквы. Секретный код. Составить письмо, выбрать печать, написать секретный код.
Right. Well, let's start writing. Lord Mortimer asked me to discredit Sir Gregory and to announce Piaggi's final vote in his favor. As an introduction, Your Holiness, thank you for your trust.
Надо, чтобы он что сделал-то? Надо, чтобы он проголосовал за Мортимера, правильно? Значит, надо очернить Холма. Ну, логично.
It turns out, now that I'm here, that I find Lord Mortimer's projects grant us many more advantages in comparison to what Sir Gregory had suggested. We are talking about the future of the Holy See. There. That should be enough to justify the change of vote.
Че? Напишите секретный код.
There's a kind of code composed of 6 letters that they always write under the dates of their correspondence.
According to Mortimer, it's got something to do with Piaget's tattoo.
I guess I'll have to write one for today's date. Now, ideally, it'd be better to do without it, but I'm going to need to be extremely clever here. Today, the date is 24/01/1793.
Мне надо буквы какие-то написать. 24. 01/93 год. 1700. А где девятка-то? 6, 7, 8, 9. Давайте подумаем.
In the letters from the Pope, there are 6 letters
6
just below
букв.
the date, 2 just below the month, 4 others below the
Остальные
year.
4 под годом.
Piaget's tattoo. It must be used to establish a connection between the letter of the concentric circle
2 под
and the number
месяцем.
shown in the middle.
2 под месяцем.
Some figures are the same in both codes, yet they correspond to different letters. The day is not translated. That must be the key to the code.
День. Две под месяцем.
Today the date is 24/01/1793.
Подожди. 2 под месяцем я не трогаю, значит 24, а 01. А как там 01 это? Д, что ли? 0. А где 0? Там на руке нуля нету. 01. EH. Е. Есть у него Е. То есть должно быть по-любому EH. Первые. Да. Да, 12 это получается GT. G. Ну, я думаю, EH будет повторяться, потому что 01 месяц. По-моему, он такой же должен, по идее, быть. EH, HBCF. Так, 17 это что? HB. А что за хитрость 10, я не пойму. Только вот эти 3 доступны. А можно подумать? Нет, нельзя. Все же элементарно должно быть. 01 EH. Так, а там 92-го тоже 17, но GH. Ты мудак. Так, начать заново не могу. Хитростью не могу воспользоваться. Ничего не могу, кроме этих. Изменить последнюю букву. Так, 24. А. Там не надо, да? Цифры не ставятся. Только под 01. Так, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 букв. Все же элементарно должно быть, нет? У него 17. Да вот я не вижу у него 01. Где? Что такое 01? Если там было EH, но это другой шифр. 17, а где девятка, блин, тоже непонятно. А, 0,1, вон же написано, блин, перевернуто, как 10. Смотреть. Ну, это получается D. ДД. Допустим, D. Б, БД. Типа B0. А HBCF 17 это F, что ли? Ну там-то по 2 буквы. А, 1 это D. 0 это 0, что ли? 1 это или если как по часам считать, то 0 это 24А, а F типа, а 17 сколько это? 5 часов, а 93 это что? Сколько часов? Что-нибудь кто-нибудь понимает? Если оставить без кода, сложность 10, хитрость. Ставить без кода.
The letters from the Pope. There are 6 letters just
6
below
букв,
the date,
но
2 just below the month, 4 others
остальные
below
под
the year.
годом, да.
Piaggi's tattoo. It must be used to establish a connection between the letter of the concentric circle and the number shown in the middle. Some figures are the same in both codes, yet they correspond to different letters. The day is not translated. That must be the key to the code.
Что?
Today the date is 24/01/1793.
День не зашифрован, он сказал. 24.
Today the date is 24/01/1793.
Ха. Интересно. Еще будет непонятно. Семнадцать это F, да? Что получается? D. Капец загадки здесь, конечно. День не зашифрован, он сказал. И что? Что день не зашифрован? Не зашифрован. Что из этого? Так, сейчас подумать надо пару минут. Пару минут подумать. 31 и 17 не зашифровано ничего. GT у него стоит. G. Так, 12. Так, здесь 01 EH. Ай, блин, капец. Так, какие там буквы? Ага. А здесь FGE. JH. F. Я вот где 17 не понимаю, что там за буква стоит. Так, G, если есть И, есть. Какая-то может быть буква. А, есть. С, Е. Там, наверное, Е, да. Потому что все остальные я вижу, а я еще не вижу так. А, и J вижу, да. J тоже вижу. J это 3.
In the letters from the Pope, there are 6 letters just below the date, 2 just below the month, 4 others below the year. Piaggi's tattoo, it must be used to establish a connection between the letter of the concentric circle and the number shown in the middle.
С цифрами.
Today the date is 24/01/1793.
С цифрами 17 это и так 0,1. Ну, а 0,1 это D. Но я вижу, что это D. Вторая это буква какая? EH, а там G. G. Так, 12. У каждого свой код, я понимаю, разный. Сегодняшняя 24. EH. Я должен поставить от буквы А. АД, что ли? АД. Ну, я так понимаю. А 1793. 17. То есть 1 это что? Двадцать 24 сначала пишу А. Потом, наверное, 01 это Д. АД получается. Потом 17 это что? Е, а вторая цифра куда уходит? Буква-то. Цифр-то не хватает нифига. 31 цифра есть, да? Она вообще не к месту. Вот 17, а как 93 набрать? Ну, 3 я вижу. А 9 это что такое? Или как циферблат рассматривать? 9 это получается что? Опять Е. То есть, если смотреть, 0 это А, 24 типа, 1 это F, или наоборот, будет АФ, потом 1 это 5, это F, 7 это D. Ну, это бредовая идея, если как циферблаты использовать, потому что я не понимаю по-другому как. Если смотреть как часы на руках, то 0 это 24, это А. То есть первая типа буква должна быть А. А ее вообще нету здесь, что ли?
Today the date is 24/01/1793.
А. Вторая буква 1. Получается, если последовательно по буквам брать, так, а там 1 это Г, почему так? H, F, G. Нет, все те же самые цифры, нет, неправильно. Наверное, не А. Потому что буквы используются все те же, которые есть здесь. G, T, вот, допустим, А1 у него GG почему-то, да? А здесь 1HH. Один это HH. А 0 это Е. Ноль это 17 EH. Какая буква должна быть? Ну так, какая вторая-то, блин? Блин, да что ты будешь делать? Так, 0,1. Ну я попробую так, как F, как циферблат, блин. Что теперь? Я больше не знаю, как. Так, следующая должна быть у нас. Так, 1, опять F. Что, так все элементарно, что ли, получается? Так, 7, это у меня что получается? С. Так, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Господи, так просто, что ли? Просто как от однерки считаешь и все. Потом получается, значит, у нас 9, да, это получается H. 9, всего 10 цифр. Так, и у нас 3, это F, это G. Где она? Нет, здесь нету. Это буква Г, вот это. Да и, блин, это простейшее. Так, закончить письмо, да, надо? И поставить еще печать. Выбрать печать. Рассмотреть печать. Давайте справа. Прочитать надпись. Перевести. Нет. Да хранит вас Бог, наверное, надо поставить. Вернуться. Слева. Круг с крестом. И чё? В смысле, круг с крестом? Я не пойму, а где этот самый перевод-то? В центре. Прочитать.
Latin. It blooms in the house of God.
Что-то не подходит ничего. Не понял. А что слева-то печать? Рассмотреть надпись на печати. Просто круг с крестом и все? Не понял. Какой у него девиз-то? Не пользоваться личной печатью. Своим девизом. Вспомнить девиз. Домин. Вернуться. Так, по-моему, в центре. Вот это вот. Использовать. Фу, вот это, блин, дичь. Ну, это, конечно, проще, чем загадка с книгой и дисками. Ну-ка, она оказалась такая простая. Поддельное письмо папы.
Your Eminence, all ready to send... What's he doing here?
Damn it. That's all I need.
Don't worry, he can't hear us.
What do you mean he can't hear us? What's going on here, Piaggi?
Провел обряд изгнания, утомился. Нет.
Calm down now. Monsieur de Richet came to see me because he was having anxiety attacks and wanted something to help him relax. I'm afraid I've been a little heavy-handed.
Ох
Say
ты,
that again.
первый раз
I
я с ним
was
угадал.
about to fetch someone to take care of him. Would you care to go?
There he is, and there he stays. The perfect opportunity.
What do you mean?
It's been a while now that I've been hoping for a chance to get rid of him. Can you keep a secret?
Секреты ставьте их при
I
себе.
don't think I'd like to know about anything that would justify such an act.
I don't know what's wrong with you, but you really must pull yourself together. The conference will soon be on us, and I don't need you falling to pieces now.
Don't worry, I shall be there.
We've wasted enough time. What if he wakes up? If you don't want to get your hands dirty, just turn away and leave everything to me.
This is not a decision to be taken lightly.
You're defending him now.
What are you talking about? Of course not.
He's made you change sides, hasn't he?
Все. Так, сейчас попробуем. Ему не понравится, только не в моей комнате. Холму это не понравится. Что за холму? Да, нет.
I am certain that Sir Gregory would be opposed.
You know nothing. I know Sir Gregory better
That's
than...
against the rules of the conference, Monsieur von Wollner. I refuse to go against Sir Gregory.
Right.
Monsieur von Wollner, I always act in the best interest of all. I assure you.
Everyone's entitled to an opinion.
You must have lost your mind to want to take such an extreme course of action.
No one's asking you to help me do it.
Так я же не прошу вас мне помогать. Какому королю? Мартимеру? Холму? Ну-ка, почитаем мысли.
He is capable of reporting me to Sir Gregory. I'm really risking
О,
my
ты
neck.
спалился, чувак.
If you lay a finger on him, I'll denounce you to Sir Gregory. I'm warning you.
You old weasel! Very well, Piaggi, you win.
I refuse to let you do the first thing that comes into your head.
I don't know what the two of you are up to, but I'll find out sooner or later.
Right.
Давай, вали
Time for me to
отсюда.
get back into my body.
Ничего себе.
Right. Don't just stand there, Louis. Mortimer's waiting for you in the red salon.
Красная гостиная, это что? Столовая? Так, столовая. Где карта? Так, налево пошли. Так, столовая должна быть слева. Так, красная гостиная еще называется, надо знать. Как это, если бы я не знал. О, здорово, чувак.
So, Louis, what was your first time like?
Все отлично.
Isn't it?
Here's your letter. I have to admit, the experience was utterly amazing.
Come, tell me more.
Everything went as planned. I didn't encounter any particular difficulties.
Well done, you. On my first try, well, it took me 3 goes. But you did it. Gregory, what can I do for you?
I've just come to make sure dear Louis has all the information he needs.
Needs for what?
You are free to make your own choices, William. I would like the same for him, too.
There's think I want more, Gregory.
Your schemes will lead to your demise, brother. Don't involve Louis. He has nothing to do with all this. The end of the conference approaches, and this masquerade will soon be torn asunder. Don't drag him down with you in your disgrace.
Oh, ye of little faith.
On the contrary, brother, Louis has just entered the family. Give him a chance to find his place.
His place?
Don't listen to him. He's angry with our father.
And with good reason. He governs us in the same way he governs humanity. Through fear and submission.
Same old tune. When will you understand that it's necessary to impose order for things to move forward properly?
You are under his thumb and proud of it. Open your eyes for crying out loud. His whole system has become outdated, and he's too old to see it. He will lead us to our demise.
Here he goes with another of his grand speeches. William has always been fond of staging big scenes. It's his theatrical side.
How dare you? You are blind, brother. Even if the evidence beats you on the nose, you still wouldn't see it. I feel sorry for you.
Tea is drunk hot or not at all, William. When will you learn? It's too bitter. You shouldn't let it brew so long.
I knew you'd be coming along. You are so predictable.
Methodical, I would say. Things must be accomplished in the right order if we want the world to keep turning as it does.
Так это кто вообще говорит? Этот Холм же? Что там у него за устойчивость убеждения?
Whatever the consequences?
What do you mean?
Let's say it hardly leaves any room for free will. Now, does it?
It's the adults' responsibility to provide education for their children, Louis. Our family only ensures, through its experience, that demons do not lose themselves in rash decision-making.
You see, Louis, Gregory came here to make you change your mind. It's time for things to change. I acknowledge Father has done many good things for humanity, but his time is over, and now he must pass on the torch.
That's enough. There, Louis. That's the pathetic example your father has to offer. I really am sorry about what happened to you. You don't know our family yet. We can't have given you a very good impression, but bear in mind that we are all against William's project.
On the contrary.
If he insists on going through with it, we will have no other choice than to intervene by force. Consequently, my dear Louis, you're going to have to choose sides. I would much rather have met you in different circumstances.
There you are, Louis. See what happens when you don't follow their orders to the letter.
Louis, I'm afraid the time to decide is now.
А ты чё? Это прям как матрица.
If you follow William,
Мартимер
he
похож
will
на
drag you down with him.
архитектора с
If,
матрицы.
on the other hand, you support me, I can assure you that nothing will happen to you. You won't be blamed for your father's errors.
Ah, the masks are off. I offer you liberty. He obliges you to choose, and shamelessly asks you to betray your own father. That is their true face.
Right. Before I answer, well, I'd better think it over very carefully. Do I intend to embrace my demon nature and take my place on the chessboard? Do I stay out of it and do my utmost to stop them? Or do I renounce my nature and do all I can to stay human?
А если я нажму, игра кончится, если я бы знал, что игра закончится, я бы выбрал «Я человек». Нет, ну я хочу быть, пожить лет 600, 500, 1000.
It's useless trying to resist my true nature. I'm a demon.
may as well accept it. The sooner the better. Even if I continue to live as a human, all my friends and acquaintances will inevitably end up dying. And I'll be left on my own, forever. I am a demon and I have to behave like one. The sooner, the better.
So? What do you choose, Louis?
А если был бы человеком, может быть, просто никого. Был бы вариант. Не, ну, как сказать, этот чел мне вообще, Холм, неприятен внешне. Какой-то просто сменил бы он, может быть, тело на женское. Я бы еще поразмышлял. Ну, а так я типа отец. Задатки демократии, может, что и выгорит. Псевдовыбор. Как бы, ну, давайте. По демократии пойдем.
I shall follow my father, Sir Gregory.
Very well. But don't say I didn't warn you.
Please, don't take offense, but I just can't turn my back on him.
It's time we finished what we started, brother. The final vote of the conference over the acquisition of Louisiana will take place in a few hours. I propose you gather your troops and prepare to close the debate.
That's precisely what I was going to suggest.
Come, follow me. It's time for us to get ready.
Как это союзники, да, я так понимаю?
Do you really think we have a chance of winning?
A chance? You don't know me very well, Louis. We are going to win.
But it only takes one person to vote against us, and we'll have lost.
That's true. That's why none of them will. Why? Because I have an asset that they do not.
Which is
You.
My friends, prepare yourselves. The conference is about to resume. The time has come to lay down all our cards.
Я мог ко всем зайти. Так это, было бы это в заданиях, я что, должен в каждую дверь тыкаться по 10 раз? Что за бред? О, 8 очков, ничего мне насыпали. Интересно, 8 очков, что тут можно протолкнуть-то? Что мне поможет, в принципе? Наука мне особо не нужна. Убеждение. Максималку вкачать. О, максимальный уровень 3. Вообще бесплатный. О, это выгодно. Давайте будем прокачивать. Голосование. В общем, ребят, голосование продолжим в следующей серии. Все, на этом все. Я даже не знаю, кто смотрит это видео, но если кто-то вдруг досмотрел до этого момента, большой респект вам. Подписывайся на канал, нажимай на колокольчик. Я с вами долго не прощаюсь. Скоро увидимся. Всем спасибо и пока.